downloadable content,
microtransactions,
DRM,
pre-order DLC,
dislocked content, blind, stupid fucking fanboyism.
What's up, gamers? Welcome to Gamer Rant. I'm giving you my final thoughts on E3 2019. And quite frankly, not very impressed. I mean, yeah, there were a few games here and there that impressed me in certain aspects, but overall, it's the same garbage we saw last year. Expansion packs, mobile games, and those two things do not belong at E3. Another thing is E3 should be about games that we know little to nothing about. So when I look at something in context to like Borderlands 3, I don't really care. It has no place at E3 because there's already plenty of information out there in regards to the game. I know some people would probably disagree with me, not just in regards to Borderlands 3, but other games because maybe they want to see more gameplay footage. But the reality of it is there's plenty of information out there already long before E3 showed up for a plethora of the games that they displayed at E3 from the variety of developers and publishers. All right? And at the end of the day, they just don't belong. It needs to be about games that we know little to nothing about. My next criticism to E3 is something that is basically, I'm sick and tired of seeing developer footage. It has no place at E3. I'm sorry to say. The reason why I say it no longer has a place at E3 is, let's give some examples. Anthem, Fallout 76, No Man's Sky, and even Sea of Thieves. All games that were advertised to us at E3 with developer footage. And when the final product came out, it was far from what they showed. And quite frankly, I'm sick of these developer video lies. They're old, they're outdated. It's time that they get off their lazy asses and they, instead of talking, which is basically what we could metaphorically say a cinematic developer trailer is, it'd be the same form as them talking about the features that they would like to see in the game. At the end of the day, what counts is action. And that's what I want to see. I want to see gameplay footage of those games. And yes, not pre-recorded gameplay footage. All right, I'm not one for conspiracy theories or anything like that, but I lack this conviction to believe pre-recorded gameplay footage. I want to actually see them live on stage playing it like they used to. Somebody there, controller in hand, so on and such forth. Unless they're not going to do that, the game has no place at E3. Trailer or otherwise. The next criticism I want to give has to do with a combination of E3 and the gamers themselves. Is after this, because everyone always rates E3. Who won? Was it Nintendo? Was it Ubisoft? Was it Microsoft? Was it Square Enix? Literally, after Square Enix showed off Final Fantasy VII, people were like, Square Enix won hands down. I don't think so. They don't win automatically simply because they showed off one game that you're a diehard fan of and they finally showed footage for it. I don't think so. That's not how you win E3, ladies and gentlemen, because you show off one game and the fanboys go butt nut, cum guzzling crazy over it. I'm sorry, that's not how it works. Nintendo, same concept. They announced Breath of the Wild 2, which literally that's just words. That's all they did. And there was people like, Nintendo won. I don't think so. I enjoyed Breath of the Wild, but there's no way Nintendo wins just because they announced number 2. There's no way they win because they announced basically microtransactions, DLC characters for Smash Bros. I don't think so. They don't win because of that crap. You see, the biggest problem is we got this mobile infestation, we got this expansion pack infestation, we got a lack of actual gameplay footage, and then we have gamers that literally are saying Square Enix and Nintendo won because, well, fanboyism. That's literally their reason, fanboyism. It has nothing to do with whether or not their press conference was entertaining in some facet. Did they not show any mobile games? Did they not spend time telling us about stupid expansion packs? Which, yes, expansion packs are actually good. I will admit that. But in context to E3, they are stupid. Did they show us actual gameplay footage, non-pre-recorded? Did they show us just a cinematic developer trailer? All right, all of these things play into it within of itself, along with just the overall entertainment value of the press conference as well. And then the reality of it is they all failed miserably. Nobody won. I don't give a shit if they showed off your favorite game. No, I don't think so. Even Microsoft doesn't get a pat on the back simply because of Project CD. That has nothing to do with them. That's just Project CD, all right? Ridiculous. Ridiculous, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, that's basically my thoughts, overall thoughts on E3. Who was the winner? Fucking nobody, all right? Pretty much that. Now, so what games I personally, caught my interest? Well, obviously, Cyberpunk caught my interest. I'm actually, it caught my interest in such a way that I'm debating on whether or not I actually want to pre-order it. So far, they did relatively well with the extra content for The Witcher 3, but it's still debatable. I'm still debating it within of itself. There was actually other games that I was interested in too, but oh yeah, the Star Wars game. My interest is there, but it's not like I'm going to go out and get it kind of thing. I'm not going to pre-order it because it is Electronic Arts. Still attached and associated to the game. Regardless of what the developers say, I'm still skeptical. And I think all gamers should be skeptical regardless of what the developers say because, well, Sean Murray and Todd Howard, developers love to talk. I'll believe it more when I actually see the action of it, the execution of it, that there's no microtransactions or anything of that nature. Okay, so that's pretty much that. I think there's a variety of other games that I did have an interest in. I just don't really remember them because it's been a couple of days. So that is that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video in some fashion or form. And remember, gamers, if you're not voicing your thoughts and concerns about the bullshit taking place in gaming and the bullshit taking place at E3, and the bullshit gamers are spitting because of, well, fanboyism, and that's why this said developer won E3, you just might be a part of the motherfucking problem.